You have been alive for less than an hour, and your mother is already disappearing into the ocean. She does not turn around, she does not show you where to find food. She does not explain that some of the larger sharks moving beyond the nursery may consider you prey. You are a newborn great white shark. And from the moment you enter the sea, you are completely alone. You are already around 1.2 to 1.5 meters long, larger than many adult fish, and equipped with rows of serrated teeth. This sounds impressive until the ocean begins asking questions. Can you catch anything? Can you recognize danger? Can you find water warm enough to support rapid growth without swimming into a fishing net, a larger predator, or a coastline filled with boats? Your mother carried you through pregnancy, supplied uterine fluid, and produced unfertilized eggs for you to swallow before birth. Now that investment ends. There's no nursing period, no family group, no enormous adult circling nearby while you practice attacking fish. Your first year will be spent in shallow coastal water, learning everything through instinct, failure, and the uncomfortable educational method known as hunger. This is the story of how a baby great white shark survives its first year without its mother. Scientists have rarely observed great white sharks giving birth in the wild. The exact moment you enter the ocean remains one of the species' private events. But newborn and young-of-the-year white sharks appear in particular coastal regions that function as nurseries. In the northeastern Pacific, these areas include parts of Southern California and Baja California. In Australia, juvenile habitats occur along sections of the New South Wales and Victorian coasts. A shark nursery is not a place where adults provide childcare. It is an area young sharks use repeatedly because the water offers suitable temperatures, accessible prey, and perhaps fewer extremely large predators than the open ocean. Your mother has not left you inside a protected aquarium. She has left you in the least unreasonable part of a dangerous sea. The first sensation is movement. Your body is designed for it. A powerful tail pushes from side to side. Broad pectoral fins help create lift and control direction. Water passes over your gills as you swim, allowing oxygen to enter your blood. You do not need to learn the basic motion. Your muscles and nervous system already know how to keep you moving, but swimming is not the same as navigating. Until now, every boundary was part of your mother's body. Now water extends in every direction. Sunlight brightens the surface. The seafloor lies below. Waves push you toward shore and pull you away again. Your senses begin building a map. Chemicals dissolved in seawater enter your nostrils. You do not use them for breathing. They sample scent. A damaged fish releases molecules into the current. A ray hidden beneath sand produces faint electrical fields through the movement of its muscles and nerves. Small pores around your snout, called ampullae of Lorenzini, detect those signals. Your lateral line system senses vibration and pressure changes. The ocean appears empty to human eyes. To you, it is filled with invisible messages. Unfortunately, receiving information does not automatically produce dinner. A school of fish flashes ahead. You accelerate. The fish divide around you, as though they have rehearsed this exact emergency. You turn too slowly. They vanish. Your first hunt ends with an empty mouth, and several fish gaining confidence. You continue. A squid moves through deeper water. You approach, but it changes direction and disappears into darkness. A small ray rests on the bottom, nearly invisible beneath sand. Your electrical receptors detect it. You descend. The ray explodes upward before your jaws close. Sand fills the water. The meal escapes. You possess several rows of teeth and the public reputation of an apex predator. Neither has improved your accuracy. Hunting requires timing. You must judge distance while both predator and prey are moving. You must learn when to accelerate, when to turn, and when not, to waste energy chasing an animal already beyond reach. Every failed attack costs calories. You entered the ocean with energy stored from the rich diet received before birth, but that reserve is not permanent. The first successful meal matters. Young white sharks mainly eat fish, rays, squid, and smaller sharks. The famous attacks on seals and sea lions belong mostly to larger animals with the speed, strength, and experience required to handle warm-blooded prey. A seal is not beginner-level food. It is fast, intelligent, and capable of transforming your first ambitious hunt into a swimming lesson conducted at your expense. So you continue searching for manageable prey. Near the bottom, a fish turns toward cover. This time you do not attack immediately. You approach from behind, the distance closes. Your tail drives forward, your jaws open. Teeth catch flesh. For the first time, your stomach contains something your mother did not produce inside her body. The meal is not large, but it proves that the nursery contains food and that your instincts can become skill. You patrol the shallows. Young white sharks often remain close to the coast, sometimes within a few hundred meters of heavily used beaches. Humans stand in water nearby without realizing a juvenile great white may be moving beyond the breaking waves. You're not searching for them. The warm nearshore zone offers something more useful. Temperature. Although white sharks can keep important muscles and organs warmer than the surrounding sea, your smaller body loses heat more quickly than in adults. Warm water reduces the energy required to maintain useful internal temperatures. It may allow more energy to support digestion and growth. You therefore follow narrow bands of comfortable water. A difference of only a few degrees can change where you spend the day. During some periods, you remain in water roughly 16 to 22 degrees Celsius and extremely close to the surface. When colder water pushes into the nursery, you shift horizontally, vertically, or along the coast. The decision is not conscious mathematics. Your body simply makes one area feel more suitable than another. Warm water, however, does not make the nursery safe. Larger sharks travel through coastal habitats. Some feed on fish, rays, and other sharks. To them, you're not the terrifying adult humans imagine. You are a young animal made from muscle and fat. A shadow approaches from deeper water. It is larger than you. Your lateral line registers movement before the shape becomes clear. You turn toward the shallows. The larger shark follows. You accelerate. Your tail beats harder. Water moves rapidly across your gills. The seafloor rises beneath you as depth disappears. Your smaller body can enter water the larger animal may be less willing to use. The pursuit weakens. The shadow turns away. The nursery has performed one of its possible functions. It has not removed predators. It has given you somewhere to escape. Not every danger has teeth. Near the bottom, fish struggle inside a nearly invisible wall. A net stretches through the water. It was placed for commercially valuable species that use the same habitat and eat some of the same prey you do. You detect the distressed fish. Their movements create vibrations. Their electrical signals advertise an easy meal. You approach. A trapped fish cannot escape. For a young predator still learning to hunt, this appears extremely convenient. It is not. Your snout touches mesh. You turn, but part of the net catches near a fin. You twist. The material tightens. Sharks caught in nets may be unable to swim normally or maintain sufficient water flow across their gills. Even protected species can die when accidentally captured by fisheries targeting something else. You pull backward. The net follows. Panic wastes oxygen and energy, but remaining still solves nothing. You roll, forcing the mesh across your body. A section slips past your fin. Your tail strikes the line. Then you are free. You swim away, carrying no understanding of fishing technology, only an instinctive memory that struggling prey can hide a larger trap. Other juveniles are less fortunate. Some are caught in gill nets hooked on fishing lines or trapped in coastal gear. The same shallow water that provides warmth and food places young sharks close to human activity. Boats cross overhead. Pollution enters from land. Beaches, harbors, and fishing grounds overlap with your nursery because humans and juvenile sharks both prefer productive coastlines. Incidental catches of newborn and immature white sharks have been documented in important nursery regions. Survival becomes a lesson in sharing habitat with a species that may fear you while accidentally becoming your greatest threat. Weeks pass, you grow. Muscle strengthens around your tail. Your turns become tighter. Failed attacks become less frequent. You also begin noticing other young white sharks. They are not siblings in any meaningful social sense, and nobody forms a school with matching uniforms. But tagged juveniles sometimes gather loosely in the same warm coastal hotspots. Individuals of similar size may repeatedly occupy the same areas. This does not produce friendship as humans understand it. It produces several sharks independently, recognizing that the same location is useful. Each one searches for prey. Each one avoids the others when necessary. The nursery becomes crowded without becoming cooperative. Seasonal change eventually reaches the coast. Days shorten. Storms alter the water. The comfortable temperature band shifts southward or disappears from one area. Prey also moves. Remaining in the same shallow bay becomes less efficient. Your body responds by traveling. For some young white sharks in the northeastern Pacific, the first year may include movement between Southern California and nursery habitat along Baja California. The distance can reach hundreds of kilometers. You have no parent leading the route. You do not follow a marked corridor. Temperature, currents, prey, and inherited behavior guide you along the continental shelf. Research indicates that the coastline between Southern California and Bahia Sebastián Vizcaíno can function as both juvenile habitat and a movement corridor. The coastline becomes a reference. Some days you remain near shore, at other times you move farther out, where the bottom falls away and the water darkens beneath you. The first departure from familiar nursery water is not a ceremonial graduation. Nothing announces that you are ready. Food simply becomes harder to find in one direction and more available in another. You follow the journey introduces new risks. Deeper water contains larger predators and fewer shallow places to escape. Currents can carry you away from productive habitat. A fishing line descends from a boat. A baited hook releases scent. You approach, then recognize the unnatural tension around the struggling bait. Perhaps the earlier net taught you caution. Perhaps you are simply fortunate. You turn before biting. Luck remains one of the most important adaptations possessed by any young animal, although biology textbooks rarely give it a diagram. Near the end of your first year, you are larger than when your mother left. You're still a juvenile, you're not ready to hunt seals, cross entire ocean basins, or challenge the largest sharks. But you have survived the stage when every unfamiliar signal required a dangerous experiment. You understand how rays launch from sand. You know that fish schools divide before a charge. You know warm water can concentrate both prey and competitors. You know a distressed animal may represent food, or a hook, or a net. Then a substantial ray moves across the bottom. You detect it before seeing it. This time you approach from an angle that limits its escape. The ray lifts, you accelerate, your jaws close around one wing. The prey struggles, but your body is stronger now. You hold on. The meal contains enough energy to support days of movement and growth. It is not merely your first successful hunt. It is evidence that the helplessness of your first hours has been replaced by experience. So how did you survive your first year without your mother? You survived because she did not leave you small. Before birth, she invested enough energy for you to enter the ocean already more than a meter long, equipped with working senses, swimming muscles, camouflage, and replaceable teeth. The nursery provided warm, shallow water and prey suitable for a young hunter. Your electroreceptors revealed animals hidden beneath sand. Your nose detected food beyond sight. Failure taught timing. Shallow water offered possible refuge from larger predators. Seasonal temperature changes guided movement toward new habitat. And when nets, hooks, and hunger appeared, instinct combined with experience and luck. Your mother did not protect you after birth. She prepared you to continue without her. Yes, it is difficult to be a baby great white shark. You enter the sea alone, your first prey escapes. The animals larger than you do not care that humans already consider you frightening. A warm nursery can become a fishing ground. An easy meal can hide a hook. A familiar coastline can turn cold and force you into deeper water. But there is beauty too. You begin life already shaped for motion. Sunlight moves across your gray back. Electrical signals flicker beneath the sand. The coastline stretches beside you, while currents carry the smell of prey through the water. No adult shows you the route. No parent waits behind. Yet each successful hunt makes the ocean less mysterious. The nursery eventually falls away. Deeper blue opens ahead. When you were born, your mother disappeared into it. Now, at the end of your first year, you follow. Not because she called you, because you have learned how to survive there.